30 years. 3 decades, guys. Since Goosebumps began. 29 years. Since we've been introduced to this guy. To think this all started for me when I was only 4, guys. I was only a little kid, you know, like, not really old enough to even think for myself yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have photos of my mum, like, reading Goosebumps to me when I was a kid. And it all started in New Zealand. You know, I remember hanging out with my cousin in his bedroom, and I looked over to his desk and he had all these books just sitting there, and right on top was Night of the Living Dummy. And I remember seeing this and just keeping in mind, as a 4-year-old kid, through the eyes of me at that age, and thinking, wow, I was mesmerized. And I knew from that moment that I was going to be a Goosebumps fan. Not just then, but for the rest of my life. Let's just put it this way. Without this guy, I would never have gotten into Goosebumps. If it wasn't for those cover illustrations that I saw at my cousin's house all those years ago, I would have never picked those books up. We have finally reached the milestone, the 30th anniversary of Goosebumps. But what is there really to show for it, guys? I mean, other than a new book, Slappy Beware, which I am excited about, don't get me wrong. I've always wanted to know the origin story of Slappy, and this is going to go really deep into that, so I am excited to find out, but there hasn't really been anything major. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's really talking about it. So that has me a little worried, you know? It's like, Scholastic, this is your baby. What are you doing? You know, like, the world needs to know that this is the 30th anniversary of a beloved franchise that has, well, racked it in, let's just say that. We've had, obviously, the books. #1 bestsellers. Still the second biggest selling book series of all time. We've had, well, merchandise, obviously. A lot of it. We've had theme park attractions. We've had the TV series. We've had 2 films. We have another upcoming TV series to look forward to. I was actually kind of hoping that we might get some kind of teaser about that for the 30th anniversary, like, you know, a little gift for the fans, but nah. Nothing really to show for it. A couple news reports over in the States, but nothing in Australia. There was nothing on TV about it, which is kind of sad, really. But, I mean, we've gotten kind of used to it now, though, haven't we, guys? Us Goosebump fans, we know that they're not going to really go all out with marketing, you know, content, that sort of thing, but this is a man who is nearly 80 years old, R.L.Stine, and he is still writing Goosebump books for us, for the fans, so new content, well, book content, stories, you know, we're getting plenty of that, but not really any of this sort of stuff, which is a little depressing, I guess, but like I said, you know, we've grown used to it, you know, with Goosebumps. They don't really go all out. Even with the films, there was little to no marketing at all. 30 years of Goosebumps. We did get those Kawhi Leonard shoes, though. Must admit, that was pretty cool. But, yeah, I expected a little more, other than just, like, a book. But in saying that, guys, 30 years of Goosebumps, and at the end of the day, the way I look at it, Goosebumps is a community. It's us. It's what brings all of us fans together. It's the glue that holds us together. Goosebumps. What would we do without it? Honestly, guys, I don't know who I would be or where I would be without this franchise in my life. To be completely honest, it's something I can always count on, you know, if I'm ever feeling down and, you know, depressed, things aren't going right in my life, you know, my personal life. I've always got Goosebumps. It's always there to, you know, keep me company. And, I mean, let's just put it this way. It's It's been a good 30 years. A real good 30 years. Happy 30th anniversary, guys.
Yeah.